Hey GreatDrams, Greg from GreatDrams here, talking to you all about Powers Irish whiskey. And this is Powers Distillers Cut, triple distilled, gold label Distillers Cut. And this is the new Powers brand aesthetic. Ooh, and Distillers Cut are initially a UK exclusive, I'm told, but now it's been rolled out to many other places. As you can tell, I've literally just opened the bottle. It's my third bottle of it. You might gather this is going to be quite a positive review. I love the stuff. Absolutely love it. Love the bottle design. Love the liquid. Love the brand, the history. It's just all so brilliant. Powers as a brand doesn't get anywhere near the amount of love it should get. That diamond, by the way, a Powers diamond or icon, the P on it, used to be the well, still is a distillery, the pin badge. You get the Powers P when you've done a tasting with them. But back in the day when you were a worker at the distillery, you would also have that as a badge of honour that you worked there. And Powers back in the day was one of the very few employers, not just in the whiskey world, employers in general, that actually cared about their staff. And by actually care, I mean they helped with education for their staff. They sent them and paid for them to get on trains to go the length of Ireland to different shows where they could learn agriculture, for example, learn different things if the staff wanted to enrich their lives or enrich their community, or even just work out how the hell to feed their family during various kind of negative periods throughout Ireland's history. Powers would empower that, and even to the point where they had that kind of notion that back in those times you weren't even a number, you were just someone who worked in distilleries or in industry or in plants or whatever. There's this term that Powers, you may not make the most, but the owner knows your name and would come and visit you in hospital if you were ill, or help your family if you're on down times. The staff would rally round and do shifts in your name if you were injured and couldn't work, for example. It was a very loving, fun community at a time, and ownership at a time where that just didn't happen in companies throughout Ireland, but also throughout the world. You didn't have such a thing as human rights or HR, or all the nice stuff that you have now that makes working life bearable and enjoyable and kind of as stress-free as it can be. So Powers was very much a pioneer of that, and it's those things that you don't know as a normal whiskey drinker, but as someone who's spent a hell of a lot of time with Carol Quinn in their archive. She's an epic person, by the way. The knowledge she has of Irish whiskey trances anyone else globally. She's just a font of knowledge, of fun, and of cats. We bonded over our cats many moons ago, and yeah, solid cat action all round. But yeah, it's one of those brands that I've always admired, always loved, and have been very fortunate enough to spend a lot of time learning about, researching, and then talking about. So onto the whiskey. Oh, hello. So Powers, typically or traditionally, it was the favourite whiskey of the locals in Ireland, really. So it wasn't really exported, and when it was, there wasn't much kind of ad spend behind it or engagement behind it until more recently, of course, in the last few years or so. But it was like the preserve of the Irish community. They love Powers. So glad that it's gone a lot further than that, gone out to the world. Got lots of single cast programs. You've got John's Lane, their 12-year-old, which is fantastic as well. But this one, oh man. On the nose, gorgeous vanilla note, just hits you like fresh vanilla pods, as well as a big pear note for me. Quite a sweet nose as well. Lots of orchard fruits like your apples, pears, peaches. Oh. And a lemon sherbet kind of note coming through, as well as an orange rind, so like the rind from an orange, or zest, if you will, whatever. orange note is building and building, as is that grapefruit note as well. Very, very good. Palate, wow. All of those citrus notes just come to the fore, work in perfect harmony to create something that has pangs of interest all over the place in your mouth. It has a homogenized, rounded vanilla note, just holding it all together. Slightly higher ABV than would normally be bottled at 43.2. So for me, that adds to the texture as well as adding to the mouthfeel of it. Finish quite short, if anything, but all that makes you want to do is pour yourself another one. And I'm okay with that, 100%. I might just do that, actually. So until next time, I'll be at the bar. Cheers. Until next time.